Hello guys, this is Emperor the Great Unknown, bringing you another Medieval 2 online commentary battle. Now this battle right here is going to be dedicated to a fellow YouTuber, Paladin Bob. I'm sure he could guess why. I've been looking through my replays and I was trying to find one where I used a good use of a lot of pikemen, and so this one was called Pikes, so I just picked this one out of a lot, and we'll see what happens. Now, I'm not sure when I played this battle. I'm pretty sure it was a while ago, so I've probably forgotten all the rules and the money, but I can imagine it's around 10 to 12k per player, and by the looks of it, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or 5 cav max. I think it's probably 5. Anyway, let's go over army compositions. I'm the supporting army, so I'm in command of France. My ally here is in command of France as well, Knightly Games. He's the main army, so he'll have the French flags and he'll have the reinforcement flags. And our opponents today are Jamie Dodger in command of Milan, and we have Sardine in command of the Holy Roman Empire. So we'll start with my army. I have 1 General's Bodyguard, 3 Shivert Knights, and 1 Mailed Knight. And I have, let's see, 3 Aventurier and 1 Scots Guard as my archer force, or my missile force, I should say. I think we got 4 pikemen with 4 pike militia. And that's my army, completely devoid of knights or dismounted knights and heavy infantry. It's all pikes. And my ally pretty much brought the same army, which was kind of funny. I'm not sure, I don't remember if this was planned or not, but I found it pretty entertaining. He brought 4 Shivert Knights, the Knights Hospitaller, that's his cav, and he brought 1, 2, 3, 4 Aventurier. I think that was his missile force. And we have 4 pike militia, 4 pikemen, and 3 Flemish pikemen with, I think, a general. Not sure where he put his general unit. In one of the Aventurier, so he put it in a crossbow unit, which was interesting. And we have Milan being played by good old Jamie Dodger. One of my favorite players to play with, both as an opponent and as an ally. He's been in a couple of my videos now, actually. This is one of the first battles I think I played with him, though, so it's nice. So he's got 1 General's Bodyguard and 4 Knights Templar. It's a pretty standard Milan build. Templar have the 1 upgrade, which is all they could get compared to Hospitallers. And we got 3 Feudal Knights and 5 Genies Crossbow, or 4 Genies Crossbow, 1 Genies Crossbow Militia. I think this was a 10k battle. This must have been, because bringing only 3 dismounted Feudal Knights is pretty shortcomings in this part. This map is also called Winter War, by the way. It's quite infamous, mainly because of these hills. It's shown up in Apollo's tournament, I'm pretty sure. And it's quite a neat map. And we have Sardine in command of the Holy Roman Empire. He brought 3 Pavis crossbowmen, 3 pike militia, and looks like a mixture. Looks like 4 dismounted Imperial Knights and 1 dismounted Feudal Knight. Now, in my opinion, Feudal Knights are better than Imperials. Imperials just don't have the melee stats to compete with Feudal Knights. But other people disagree, and I could kind of maybe see why, but I think these are like 54 inch cheaper, but I don't think that anywhere nearly justifies the cost that the Feudal Knights could give you. Anyway, he's got 4 Religious Fanatics, which are pretty good, light infantry. There's a myth going around, or kind of rumor, that these cause fear among enemy units, but they don't. I've looked in the files. And we got 1 Merchant Cavalry Militia, which is interesting. 2 Imperial Knights, 1 Gothic Knight, which is always nice to see. I mean, I'm not sure how new he was at the time we played this, but most people don't bring Gothic Knights, and just to see one like is nice on the battlefield. And he brought one General's Bodyguard. So those are the armies. So let's get things started real quickly here. Now, of course, our team starts with quite a significant hill advantage, so we're gonna move up to take the ridge, and I should slow down. Okay, yep. We're gonna move our pikes up. Now, the thing about bringing pike armies is you don't want them to get shot at, so winning the skirmish fight is crucial in their utility. If you let them get shot at, they'll take massive casualties. But a nice tactic that both me and my ally are using was we're using a just double line tactic with pikes. Usually put the better pikes in front, and what you do is you have the front pike unit in guard formation, the back pike unit in standard formation. So when any enemy infantry come close to the front ranks of your pikes, the back rank will push forward and push them out of the way. It simulates a what really should be a pike wall, a 4-man deep pike wall, but in Medieval 2 only the first 2 ranks drop the pikes, so this is the best you could get. Anyway, we have a skirmish going on already. I'm actually going to get the better of him, which is strange because I bring Aventura here, which usually get destroyed by Pavis, but not this time. I think it's because I have a slight range advantage and he's still setting up. And also he puts his, he like double crosses his skirmishers like this, which means a shot that potentially misses a man in this formation will hit a man in this formation. And it also means, it's not a big problem here, that there's a line of sight issue with this unit. And I don't even think this unit's in range. And we also have my Scots Guard in the forest. I think I was actually using this as sort of a lure to kind of lure his cav out, but it doesn't work yet. And my ally has set up his formation to skirmish with Milan. Now it's going to be a bit tougher to skirmish with Milan because these genies are quite impressive. He's doing a pretty good job at it. And also, another, I think, mistake that Jamie made here was just hanging out his pike militia in front here. Or no, shooting at the pike militia in front here, I'm sorry. My ally did a good move of using this as sort of a bait, because Aventura will get slaughtered in a head-on with the Genoese. So that gives Knightly Games an advantage over Jamie in the skirmish arena. Which is important, because Jamie only brought 3 heavy infantry. Now I do believe the first bit of the fight gets started over here. The cav charge on the flanks both sort of commit to the fight. Cav charge in there. And then quickly leave. Oh, French Knights. So they're going to pull back. French Knights actually kind of took the worst of the beating in this section of the fight. And Jamie's going to send in 1 infantry on these pike militia. But the pikes are going to hold. And this pike militia gets routed. Anyway, we have collision of misflank as well. This is where he took the bait of the Scots Guard, and I sent out my cav down the hill to intercept, and I was mostly successful. Although these Imperial Knights are giving me quite a beating. Even the Gothic Knights do pretty well, just because they have the maces. Still quite expensive, though. Also, these merchant cav militia are quite a handicap for my opponent here. I never usually bring these merchant cav militia, especially when there's a cav limit involved. But my ally is going to send all his cav this way. which is interesting, and also because Jamie does the same thing. And I do believe I did get a quick cav strike here with mailed knights on V's Pavi's crossbow. Ooh, look at that. Jeez. A nice side charge, but it ends up wiping out this unit and routing the pikemen. So my ally's kind of holding back Milan now. I do believe he tries to make for my Aventurier here. But I've won the cav fight here now. Well, with good numbers. So I'm going to help pour in on these Knights Templar. And once we get most of the cav off the field, we just have to be good with our pikemen to take out their infantry. So I get my general in on the charge, and we manage to mop up this lone unit of Knights Templar. But he gets most of his Knights Templar away. And the Holy Roman Empire still has its general's bodyguard in full strength. Look at this lone French knight. So Knightly Games is also going to move up. I think he's put most of his resources actually now onto my flank. I mean, he's got most of his Aventurier here. Which I didn't really need that help, but it was nice anyway. But he's going to march his pikemen forward because they've taken a beating, as we can see. And to be honest, with only 3 feudal knights, it's not really much of a resistance. It is a bit of a resistance, though. And then I have my pikemen up the crest of a hill ready to deploy. I'm also bringing my cav here to make sure Jamie Dodger doesn't get around on the flank here. Now, an important thing with pikemen, and a lot of people, especially when pikemen are on their own, you want them to be attacked at instead of attacking. Although there are some instances where it could be better to be on the aggressive. Anyway, we got the Holy Roman Empire coming over here to attack Knightly Games, my ally. So I think I'm moving to intercept that. Of course, pikemen are slow, so it'll take a while. But I also got cav moving in, I think. I think they're going to charge in here. Maybe. And we also got the support on the hill from the crossbow. And we're going to see what happens when the Pikes get charged. This one actually penetrates quite handily. But this formation manages to keep mostly intact, so the Pikes will push forward. Sort of. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Well, Knightly Games Pikes are just holding. And they're definitely holding here against Milan, which is good. Which is what they needed. And see, this is what happens when you tell Pikes to go on the offensive, kind of get too far forward, and then stop. It's a bit awkward.
Only half the enemy force remains.
We also got the Holy Roman Empire. He kind of ran his bodyguard into my pike formation, and my pikes are facing the wrong way, but you know, we're trying. So now I'm going to march my formation forward on the attack. The knights here get defeated with the help of some Aventurier. It just shows how an awesome unit Aventurier can be. Aventurier and Scots Guard. Also got my general running through. Now, Holy Roman Empire is being smart by trying to attack the flanks.
They have lost half their men.
And Jamie's going to help.
Seigneur, only half of our force
I also brought my
remains.
archers up here. And they're on the hill, so they're going to be protected pretty well against cav charges. But as you can see, my pikes are just steamrolling these lightly armored religious fanatics. This is a situation where he can attack with Pikes because he got 2 units of Pikes and they support each other. Even since half of them are pulling their swords out, they're still getting lots of kills.
Grâce à Dieu, our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men
I think
will
some
lose heart.
Aventurier killed the Holy Roman Empire general over here. Anyway, my general's fighting some Genoese crossbowmen here. Let's get some nice pike action. See, these are pike militia taking down Imperial Knights. Taking down Imperial Knights isn't saying much, but these pike militia are doing pretty well for costing like a fifth of the price. Or more like a fourth. And as you see, we've routed the enemy units here. Now, religious fanatics are also pretty cost-effective, costing I think 180 compared to pike militia is like 150, and pikemen are like 300.
Our general lies slain.
Now, that's
upon
not
the
my general.
battlefield.
That was Knightly Games' general, but because he's the main army, it's technically our general. You know, this could be a good scenario for the Italian wars. You know, France against Milan and the Holy Roman Empire. Good old Francis I and Charles V. You know. Oh, he died. I think these bodyguards take quite a chunk out of my general's bodyguard. See this one guy fight to the last. There we go, take him down. Anyway, someone I'm going to defeat. I think Jamie Dodger's bodyguard is here, and some knights are trying to charge him down, and you can see these pikes coming down to get him.
Grâce à Dieu, our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will
there
lose heart.
goes Jamie. Now I think the battle's pretty much over. We just got some Genoese crossbowmen to worry about. And we got the Aventurier coming in.
This is an act heroic which only belongs to men of great
Yeah, get
virtue
him.
and valor.
So it's a good game to everyone involved, especially my opponents. So there you have it, pikes. They work sometimes. Let's look at the kills. Now this is Knightly Games. Got a ton of kills with this Aventurier, which is nice to see. Nice to see them being useful for their price. And his infantry did alright, I think. And his cav didn't do too hot, but they served a purpose. Let's see, what did I get? Most of my cav did alright. My general actually did decently for the unit size. And again, my Aventurier and Scots Guard did pretty well as well. And the pikemen, some of them did really well, some of them didn't, but that's just the nature of using pikemen in Medieval 2. Sometimes they work, or sometimes the formation gets broken up and you get 23 losses to 3 kills. Like, it happens. But it was still a nice game, and I think Jamie Dodger definitely has a channel. I'm not sure if Knightly Games does. I'll check. But I'll try to link them in the description. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a nice day.